Welcome back to Care Simplified channel. Now let's move straight to general concepts and practices, type of questions, which is activity 9. Question 9.1. State two advantages for netbook computers going into sleep mode. So here we are emphasizing on the sleep mode, the advantages of computers being in a sleep mode. Now, 1, it saves power. 2, faster wake up. That is, sleep mode allows quick resume of work. 3, preserves battery life. It consumes minimal energy so that it gives a longer battery life. It keeps document open. When you put it on a sleep mode, all your documents will still be open so that the moment you wake it up, you'll be able to get access to all your files that are open. Low environmental impact as well. It contributes to green computing. So these are the advantages of having a computer in a sleep mode. 9.2, define the term telecommuting. Telecommuting refers to working remotely. In other words, working from home. So that's what we call a telecommuting. If you work from home, then it is called telecommuting. Right. 9.3, define the term backward compatibility. Backward compatibility refers to the ability of a system or a software to work with the earlier version or older version. In other words, if you have a software that can work with the older version, then we call it the backward compatibility. Example is having Office 365, supporting or opening Office 2016 document. So Office 365 is the current version of Microsoft Office. So if it's able to open files that are already saved with 2016, then we call it backward compatibility. Briefly explain what exporting data means. So exporting means saving it in a format that can be read by different versions of the same application. So when you save a file in the format that can be read by different versions of the same application, we call it exporting. Give 2 ways of solving compatibility issues, or you can get a question like, give 2 ways of solving backward compatibility. Now, how do we solve compatibility issue? 1, by exporting or saving it in a different format. 2, standardization, meaning that ensuring that all your computers are having the same version. That's the standardization, having same version of a software. And then upgrade to newer versions. Then lastly, update the software. So these are the ways of solving compatibility issues. 1, exporting or saving in different formats. 2, standardization, that is having the same version of a software. 3, upgrade to a newer version. 4, updating the software as well. Now, 9.4, give 2 reasons why modern mobile devices are more likely to have built-in solid-state drive instead of hard drive. So here we are talking about the advantages of having SSD over HDD. SSD is faster data access. It's more durable, smaller and lighter weight, energy efficient, and silent operation. 9.5, give 3 examples of accessibility software features that are part of the operating system. So in other words, it should be part of the operating system. 1 is a screen reader, magnifier, on-screen keyboard, high contrast, voice recognition. We also have sticky keys, text-to-speech or narrator, audio description, high contrast, enlarged cursors, and then CC or subtitles. So these are the accessibility software or features in operating system. 9.6, give 2 ways to access website without typing it in the URL. How do you get access to a website when you don't want to type in a URL? You can use scanning QR code, or clicking a link, or searching for the website using Google or any search engine, or using bookmark or favorite. So these are ways of getting access to a website without typing in the website address. 9.7, your school is planning to implement BYOD. Explain what BYOD means. Bring your own device. That is, learners, our students are allowed to bring their own device to school so that they'll be able to connect to the school Wi-Fi or for educational purpose. That is what we call the BYOD. 9.8, state 2 ways in which the GUI, graphical user interface of a mobile app, differs from the desktop version. Mobile app, the graphical interface, touchscreen interface on mobile app compared to the mouse or keyboard interaction on a desktop. On a desktop, we use keyboard or mouse to interact, but on a mobile app, we use a touchscreen interface. 2, optimize for smaller screen in mobile apps, different navigation schemes, such as swiping and tapping on mobile app. You don't see that on desktop. Mobile app often have a simpler design to suit smaller screen. That's the apps. And then 5, mobile apps provide location-based services via GPS, which you don't find it in desktop app. 9.9, suggest 2 ways to fix a mouse pointer that moves in an unpredictable way. We talked about it the last time. We said you must check the surface, check the sensor, update the driver, try another USB, or you test the mouse on another computer. Give 2 ways to save ink when using a printer. If you want to save ink, here we are talking about saving ink, not saving a paper. Now, when you are saving ink, you have to print it in a draft mode, or use a grayscale, or you call it Econo black and white. Reduce the font of the document, avoid printing unnecessary pages, and then use text-based document. So these are ways of saving ink. Now, how do you save a paper when you are printing? There are 2 different questions. This is saving ink, and this one is saving a paper. To save a paper, you print on both sides of the paper, use smaller font as well, and then print multiple pages per sheet. For instance, 2 up to 4 per sheet. Preview the document before you print, and then use scrap or recyclable papers as well, or reuse papers. State 2 uses of NFC on a smartphone for contactless payment, file transfer, and then access control. 9.13, give 3 reasons why many modern notebooks do not have optical drives. We said most content can be downloaded from the internet. Optical drives increase the weight, and then external drives and other better alternatives are available these days. Then also the media has limited capacity, has a smaller space, and slow access to data. Then also USB ports are more readable, available than the DVD drives. And then the media is also less portable. So these are the reasons why we no longer have optical drives. Now, VR, virtual reality, is becoming more affordable. Name 2 pieces of equipment one would need for VR. we need the VR headset, VR controllers, tracking sensors, and VR gloves. These are the equipment for virtual reality. And also external cameras, they are part of the equipment of VR. 9.15, state 2 ways in which VR can be used for gaming, training, simulations, in education, virtual tourism, therapy, and rehabilitation. So these are, and many more, but mostly VR is used in gaming and entertainment, training, and education as well. 9.16, give the 5 stages of information processing cycle. We have the input stage, whereby data is captured into the computer. We have the processing stage, whereby we analyze data. And then the storage, keeping data for future use. Output, displaying of information. And then lastly, communication, sharing of information through the network. Now, 9.17, differentiate between data and information. Data is raw facts and figures without context. In other words, that are yet to be processed. An example of data is numbers, dates, names. And then information is a process organized with meaningful, that are meaningful. An example is a report that we receive. Right. Then we move straight to other sampled questions. 10.1, describe the purpose of UPS compared to power supply unit or permanent supply unit. The PSU, sometimes we call the permanent supply unit or power supply unit. So the UPS, like we said, it provides the backup power during electrical outages. Again, UPS protect against power surges. Then power supply unit, on the other hand, they give a continuous power source or the permanent one, and then UPS give a backup. So these are the difference between the PSU and then the UPS. 10.2, explain the difference between a single user system and a multi-user system. This question, most learners found it difficult last year to answer this type of question. Single user system is different from a single user license. Most learners were writing single user license instead of the system. So a single user system is designed to be used by one person at a time. For instance, you log into your computer system. You are the only account user there, and then you use it one at a time. But the multi-user system allows multiple users or 2 or more users to get access to the system or the computer simultaneously, or you can say at the same time. So you have so many people getting access to the system at the same time. Right. And then a single user may have limited resources that are entirely dedicated to one user, but then multi-user, they can have so many resources that they have to share. So these are the examples. And then the multi-user is like in a school system or maybe gaming room, whereby you have so many people connected at the same time playing game on the network, or computer system or school whereby learners are getting access to resources on the server at the same time. That's the multi-user system. 10.3, state or suggest 2 ways in which a user can customize the graphical user interface. This question also came last year, 2024. How would you customize the graphical user interface? 1, when you change the theme or you modify the appearance, the dark mode, the light mode of the computer, you have changed the graphical user interface. 2, if you change the font sizes, making text larger, if you rearrange icons, add widgets, or customize the text bar, rearranging these items on the text bar, you are changing the graphical user interface. Right, 10.4, state 2 risks of a cloud software That is software with error. This question also came in 2024. Last year, 2024 question paper. Risk of a cloud software. Software with an error or bug. Now, security issues. 2, data loss or corrupted data. 3, malware infections. Software might not work correctly. Again, the software might become unusable. That means you cannot use it. Updates might not always be available. Invalid results. Unusual behavior of the computer-controlled device. System can crash, or incompatibility of the software. So these and many more are the risks that one might encounter when using a software with a bug or an error. Now, 10.5, 2 ways to fix a bug. So these type of software, when they have a bug, how do you solve them? You can use a patch. Use a patch to fix it, or you can update the software as well. 10.6, explain how NFC payments are made. You say NFC, near field communication, which allows devices to come at a close proximity or contact each other to transfer data. So they are made. This question also came last year. They allow devices to communicate wirelessly over a short distance. So the payments are made by tapping a smartphone or credit card with NFC capabilities near a payment terminal. So when you tap, then there will be a transfer of information. Right. 10.7, explain what ergonomic design is. So ergonomic design simply means designing workplaces and tools to fit the user's needs and capabilities, which promote comfort or comfortability. So that's what we call the ergonomic design. And it can lead to reduction of physical strain, discomfort, and other things. Right. 10.8a, explain why web-based applications have lower hardware requirements than the applications that are installed on a computer. In other words, web-based, you don't need a lot of hardware requirements because they are stored on a server on the internet. So first one, the processing is done on a cloud or server. 2, minimal local storage is required. 3, update and maintenance are handled via the internet. And then lightweight design, and then you can access it from any device as well. 10.8b, give 2 limitations of a web-based application. That means the disadvantages. The first one is talking about the advantages. Second one is the disadvantages. It requires adequate internet connection, and then possibility of security risk. And application may not be compatible with all web browsers. Applications can also be slow than the installed one, and they may not have all the features or functionality. Because they are web-based, you might not see certain features also there as compared to the one that you will install. Then 10.9, give 2 ways in which you can try to improve the effectiveness of the voice recognition software. Voice recognition software, how will you improve the effectiveness? Or maybe ways to ensure, or maybe when you're using voice recognition software, the guideline. 1, ensure there's a quiet environment. 2, use a high quality microphone. 3, speak clearly and at a moderate pace. Train the software as well, and then reduce the accent or speak in a natural tone or the neutral tone. These are ways to ensure the effectiveness of the voice recognition software. 10.10, give 2 features or utilities included with the computer's operating system that are used to solve problems that occur in a hard drive. That means the utility software. Utility software. Example is disk cleanup, disk defragmenter, check disk. Disk cleanup, it helps you to delete unnecessary files. Disk defragmenter, rearrange scattered files. Check disk, scan and fix errors on the disk. Backup, they allow you to create backups which prevent data loss. So these are the utility programs and many more as well. Now, the next question is talking about scheduler. Now, the scheduler, it creates tasks like backup and scan to run at a specific time without anybody's intervention. In other words, it's automatic backup. So it creates the task and backup at their own time for you. And then it improves efficiency and it prevents you from forgetting. So scheduler is the same as automatic backup. It also allows customization and it reduces manual effort. So when you use the scheduler, you will not forget it. And it also creates automatic updates for you. Then it also improves efficiency. That is, backups will be done at a regular interval. 10.12, give 2 reasons for updating the operating system. Reasons for update: it fixes the software issues or bugs. It creates an added security. When you update, it gives compatibility with new software, and it also gives new functionalities. So these are the reasons why we have to update. Now, 10.13a, give 2 reasons why operating systems should not automatically download on a network. So that is disadvantages of applying a scheduler. 1, automatic update may use a lot of bandwidth or your data. Automatic update may use a lot of storage space. Automatic update may slow down the network. And then also to make your work also not, or to make your work not be done at a faster speed, it will slow down your work. It may cause the computer to become unusable or unstable. It may cause compatibility issues with existing software, and operating system updates may not be needed by the user. So now when you send automatic one, maybe you don't need it, but it will still update it. It will make your computer slow. 10.13b, give 2 reasons for automatic update. That's the advantages, which is the same as the scheduler. We said it saves you time so that you don't also forget. Then 10.14, give 2 reasons why computers become slow. Why will your computer become slow? Maybe you don't have enough disk space or enough RAM, or malware or viruses can be there. Also, when the hard drive becomes fragmented or scattered, and then also newer applications are larger and require more resources. So these are the reasons that can make your computer to run slow. All right, thank you for your time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.